got a good camera angle on Facebook, but not so much on Instagram. But that's okay. For you guys watching on Instagram, you can catch it later on Facebook always, and you can always catch these readings on my YouTube channel as well. So it is that time again. It is the beginning or the end of the month and about to start the new month. Tomorrow will be October 1st. So we are starting with the general readings for each sign, and first up is Aries. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your general tarot reading for October 2019. As always, it is a general reading, so not everything may apply to everyone, or it may not apply in the same way. And if you would like to schedule an individual personal reading with me, you can do that by clicking the link to my calendar, which I will put in the comments. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you can always also check your rising sign video and your moon sign video as well. Okay, what's going on for Aries in October? Hey Beth, thanks for watching. Okay, Aries, so at the center of the situation, whatever situation you guys have going on this month, at the center of that is a feeling of you've come a very long way with this particular situation, which I'll pull more cards and we'll get into it. But this feeling of you've come a very long way and you still have a ways to go with... Interesting. So looks like so far things are going to be on an emotional, emotional, romantic, and financial level. So this is this is kind of exciting. Okay, so Aries, you've come a very long way and you still have a bit of a ways to go with your emotions on how you feel about romance and relationships. We've got the Lovers here. And moving forward in relationships, either moving forward with starting a new relationship or moving forward in the current relationship that you have. You know, again, it's a general reading, so this will apply differently for different people. And not just relationships, but like romantic relationships that you really feel like there's some type of soulmate connection with. So, wow. So, okay. You've come a ways, you've come a very long way in connecting with and allowing yourself to feel your emotions, and you still have a bit of a ways to go. And this is all feelings that are related to soulmate type relationships, love and romance type relationships, and how to move forward in these types of relationships. There's also an indication of being like financially supported. How you feel about being financially supported in these types of relationships. This indicates there may be, you know, a gift of money from a friend or a loved one, or maybe even financial support from a lover. So how you feel about being supported in this area, you've come a long way and you still have a little bit of a ways to go. We'll pull some more cards and see what else is showing up here. Awesome. Freaking awesome. So like you really are transforming. This is, you know, this is kind of cool. And I was thinking about this before I even started the video, that for every video I'm probably going to be touching on some type of transformation for most people, probably with all 12 of the signs this month, because we have Pluto going direct on October 3rd. So there's going to be some element of transformation, right? And for Aries, for you guys, it looks like some type of emotional transformation. So we've got an emotional new beginning, a new beginning on an emotional level for you on how you're feeling about soulmate type relationships and finances and being supported in romantic soulmate type relationships. So the transformation is happening for you. Oh, freaking beautiful. Wow, Aries, I'm excited for you guys. So you've also got hopes and dreams and wishes coming true, like fulfillment, fulfillment of your desires. So this massive emotional transformation has probably been happening since May when Pluto went retrograde. So you guys are really coming through. Oh, this is freaking beautiful. And moving to a higher level within yourselves. You're gaining some massive emotional maturity when it comes to relationships and finances. This is awesome. Yeah, okay. So there's ups and downs with it, obviously, because that's just the name of the game when it comes to transformation, right? Transformation has ups and downs. And so this looks like, Aries, you guys have come a very long way in making huge emotional maturity leaps and bounds, huge transformation, and all of this related to romantic relationships and finances. And you know, there's also still a part of you that is kind of like, even though this transformation is happening, you're noticing changes within yourself and how you're seeing things and what you're open to, what you may not have been previously been open to before, and moving to a higher level within yourself and getting your hopes and dreams and wishes coming true, actually finally being open to that happening, and like this new emotional beginning for yourself. And then still there's a little bit of feeling like defeat, right? So there's a trial and error period with transformation where there's ups and downs, and you test it and you gain a little bit more, and then you feel a little bit of defeat, and then you gain a little bit more, and then you feel a little bit of defeat. And that's okay. It's just part of the process. And again, it also speaks to you've come a long way in this area, and there's still a little bit of a ways to go, and that's okay. All right, what else? Okay. Yep. Oof. Okay, so yeah, through this process of transforming emotions and transforming how you see and perceive and feel and live in romantic relationship type situations, and how you feel supported financially in those types of relationships, has a lot to do with, okay, so the energies operating in this situation here are your mindset. If there's any particular part of your mind, you may be like, the majority, what's the word? I don't want to use the word committed because it doesn't like, it's not a vibrational match, but it's close to committed. So you may be invested. Okay, yeah, invested feels better. You may be the majority invested, right, in this transformation, on a conscious level, right? And maybe on a subconscious or unconscious level. And for some of you, it might even be on a conscious level that part of you is not completely fully invested in this transformation. And that particular part of your mindset is the part that's going to just be a little bit troublesome and tricky for you, in that it leads to the ups and downs, right? Like, you're going to try something, it's amazing, you gain some ground here on an emotional level, you're starting to feel the transformation on an emotional level, you're starting to act differently based on this new emotional transformation related to relationships and finances, and it's like you're so close, and then a little teeny tiny part of your mindset sabotages it. And I don't even like the word sabotage, but it kind of counteracts it, right? It's like, it calls bullshit on itself, right? Even though, like, maybe the far majority of you is not calling bullshit on it and is invested in this transformation, a little teeny tiny part is like, maybe not, right? Is questioning it, is doubting it, is worried about it, and something on that level. Like the part of your, this may sound strange, but I'm going to say it because it's what's coming. The part of you that stabs yourself in the back, right? That little tiny piece. Okay, so that's one of the energies operating in the situation, and that's okay. You're going to work through this. You're totally working through this, and it's really good. So self-care is kind of like an overused term by now, but physically taking care of yourself is going to really help with this, right? Physically taking care of yourself is actually going to contribute to your mindset being completely invested in this transformation. So if something is bothering you on a physical level, if your body is feeling out of sorts in some way, taking care of it is going to be of the utmost importance for the rest of your life. But you know, this is coming up for the October reading, so at least for October, just get in the habit of really listening to your body and whatever it physically needs, taking care of it. Okay, so now here's the thing. When you move to a higher level within yourself, when you step into some form of transformation, which means change, right? This is what Pluto has been having us work on since May. Massive transformation. It ends too fast. Sorry, slow down. Okay, when you step into the transformation and you start to embody it and live from that place of transformation, of this higher level within yourself, this higher level of emotional maturity related to relationships and finances, as you step into that, it inherently requires you to let go of the old. And that is difficult. Number one, out of habit, it's difficult. And number two, it's kind of sad, like, because you're changing something, and that may also include like the falling away of friends and family and loved ones, and you may not be seeing, you know, certain people as often as you used to or whatever, which can feel like the shit hits the fan. It can feel like you have the rug pulled out from under you because all of a sudden everything around you is looking different. Well, it's because you've transformed so much, right? So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but there might be a tinge of feeling that way. And if so, that's okay. Just roll with it. I always say this, validate your feelings, right? Because they're valid. And then, you know, always keep coming back home to yourself and doing what's right for you. So you know, each of you knows on an individual level what type of transformation you've been going through and how it relates to romance and love and relationships and emotions and finances as well, and being able to receive all of those things, right? So as you transform and you move forward towards getting your hopes and dreams and wishes coming true and start being open to receiving that, and you are in this like new space of transformation, this new emotional beginning, on a more mature level, there's a little teeny tiny part of you that can be like, wait, maybe this isn't happening, or maybe this can't happen all of the way, or whatever limiting belief is there, can creep in. You know, acknowledge it and let it pass, but keep coming back home to yourself and the decision that you made, which was at some point while Pluto has been retrograde, to transform in one of these areas or both of these areas. And then as you kind of embody this and your world starts to look differently around you, it might be kind of scary at first, but just keep trusting it, right? Keep taking those leaps of faith. Yes, because you are supported, because you are spiritually supported on this path, even if you think you're not, and even if you physically feel like you're not. This is indicating that you are spiritually supported in this transformation that you're making. So keep taking those steps, yes. And your emotions have messages for you, right? It's a very emotional thing to transform. And Pluto, you know, is kind of a crazy way to transform, like the god of the underworld, right? It's walking into the darkness, to those dark things, like it's that shadow work, it's that deep dark work, right, which can be very emotional. So remember always that your emotions have messages for you, and the emotion itself is not the message, but what the emotion tells you about yourself, right? Again, I say this a million times, so you've probably all heard me say it before, but I'm going to keep saying it again, especially because it's coming up now. When you feel like the shit hits the fan and you have an emotional reaction to something, your emotion may not be is not necessarily the message, but the information underlying the emotion is the message, right? So you flip out on something, or you react in an emotional way or whatever, that's going to tell you how you actually feel about something. That's information. That's valid, important information for you to know. Again, your emotions are not just going to be, you know, I'm angry, I hate you, whatever, or I'm in bliss and happy and amazing, so this is the decision I make. The emotion is telling you what is or is not important in your life and can help you make a decision based on getting very clear on what is and is not important in your life. And, you know, clarity is going to be coming this month in October for everybody anyways, as Pluto goes direct on October 3rd. So, getting clear on what actually needs to end is what's going to be happening through October. So getting clear on the things that need to just go away or end or finally come to completion. Beautiful. I love this. And it's a huge victory for you. This is a huge, huge victory for you guys to make this transformation. It is not an easy process by any means, and I recognize that, and I know you all recognize that too, and there can be huge frustration with this, and so going through it is just, it's big work, right? So I just want to applaud all of you who are doing it, because it's really, really big transformative work. So, and it's a victory for you. So you've come a long way. There's still a little bit of a ways to go, but ultimately this is a huge victory for you guys. Okay, your romance card for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for October. Nice, very nice. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I love that, Aries. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So as you go through this transformation, like, you know, whatever you may be feeling either impatient about or like the timing is off or whatever, divine timing is at work in your life. And that speaks to this one here too, indicating that everything that you're doing is spiritually supported. Okay. And your 72 Names of God card for October. There we go. Beautiful. I love it. Memories. This is huge for transformation too. Memories. Okay, so the power of memory arises within my consciousness. Lessons of life are deeply ingrained in my being. So whatever lessons you've been kind of working on, again, likely related to love and romance and finances, since May, all of these lessons that have come up and all of this deep inner shadow work that's been going on, this card is speaking to. The power of memories arises within my consciousness. Lessons of life are deeply ingrained in my being. So you're getting it, you know, it's a victory for you. Okay, Aries, this is your reading for October 2019. If you know an Aries, share this with them or tag them in it, depending on where you're watching. You know, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, it will only be on Instagram for 24 hours. But please share this if it speaks to you or if you know an Aries who you think it might speak to. And I will see you guys later.